We've got VFL Derrick Furlow in the house, former Tennessee defensive back. Had a nice year in 2009. You had, I think, registered 4 tackles, 3 were solo. Is that accurate?
I had more than that. They got me.
They cheating you on that?
It's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, you've definitely moved on.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Yeah. You don't even remember those, right? No, not at all.
Definitely don't remember those.
Obviously exciting times when you played at Tennessee, but how's that compared to what you're seeing Tennessee football look like now with Josh Heupel at the helm?
It's exciting. I can appreciate the energy, the excitement, the winning, because that was the expectation when I came in that era.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a decade of suffering, so guys getting the recognition and the credit for the hard work, getting the notoriety on a national scale, Vol Nation getting a chance to be energetic about something outside of just the passion for the game and the love for Tennessee and getting W's. I enjoy it. So I'm enjoying every moment. Plus, it's exciting to watch. And I love when the defense ball because we were probably off the radar. I can't say we're off the radar anymore. But it's been awesome to see.
This episode is brought to you by Trey McAdams with State Farm Insurance out of the Clinton offices. And give their office a call, 865-457-7774. And obviously the way that you view football now from the sidelines took a couple of years probably for you to be cool, calm, and collected on the sideline. But when you were playing and shortly after your playing career ended, where in that time did you maybe feel that your perspective or view on the game started to shift from maybe being that athlete to maybe what post-playing would look like?
I think it happened indirectly while I was still playing, just based off just being hurt.
Mm-hmm.
My freshman year coming in and then getting banged up my senior year. So the perspective was there. However, it didn't necessarily fully apply until you get a chance to reinvent yourself.
How did obstacles like the injury or other obstacles you had on the field, how did that help you view football as more than just a sport?
So a couple things. For one, it helped me personally with my faith because I can control this particular thing, and all the things in the past worked out to get me to this point, so it's probably going to work out to get me to where I want to go for the end goal. But then when you take a look at it from the long-term play, it's like, okay, football was a vehicle that got me to a certain point. It could get me to this end goal.
Growing up in Southwest Atlanta, football was a vehicle of safety for you. It kept you out of trouble. How important was it for you to have the outlet of football, which really has let you here, but in that moment when you're a kid growing up in Southwest Atlanta, how important was football for you?
So it keeps you, because you got a couple options around you. You can do what guys that are doing and probably getting in trouble, or if you got this goal in mind, whatever sport that may be, you got to have the grades to continue to play that sport.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to be good at that sport to get to the next level.
Yeah.
So it kind of keeps you in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, and keeps you disciplined whether you want to be disciplined or not. So it was really the thing that, hey, this could be the out for me. And if this is going to be the out for me, I can't get distracted by the things that are distracting most people, whether that's being in gangs, selling drugs, or drinking or smoking earlier, when now all of a sudden you're getting in trouble. So, and then just making the grade so you qualify to even get in school.
Mm-hmm.
So all those variables you get a chance to see early, and a lot of times you got somebody around you that was better than you at that particular sport but didn't qualify or didn't make it or got in trouble. So I was fortunate I saw that, and I'm big on learning from other people's mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather learn from your mistakes than have to figure them out my own.
Sure, yeah.
So that's what happened earlier. So by the time I got to the University of Tennessee, and then coming in injured, I had a chance to figure out, all right, who am I outside of just playing, because that identity as a player was took from me. Yeah. So now when you're back healthy, you always got that in the back of your head. If you're not a player, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what grew the faith journey. And then along the process of, that's a title. So what other titles can I give myself? Or what other skill sets do I have that can become that title once this football title has been removed? So it was fascinating, because I found myself, once the game was over, it was a lot of things I did while I was playing that I didn't know you can get paid to do.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, when you get into this career path or the professional space, all those things that you was doing for fun and for free, I realized there was people getting paid to do those things.
Do you think growing up, whether, being in Atlanta, having a single mom raise you, has allowed you to have this perspective? Or where do you get this perspective where you're able to kind of see things as the bigger picture? Because most young kids aren't thinking, oh, this is going to keep me out of trouble. This is going to be a vehicle that's going to help me be successful later. What allows you to have that perspective?
That's a good question. I honestly can't say I got the answer to that. I think it's probably a combination of everything. Single mom, born and raised in Southwest Atlanta, the moving around we did, the sacrifices she did, never making excuses, just doing what it took to get the job done, to provide food and provide for us, and not having to be, I guess, glamorous or not being concerned about what other people think, but doing the best you can to put your family in the best position possible. So seeing that, and then seeing other people that had more skills, more opportunity, blow it. Being the middle child, I just had a chance to analyze and just sit back. So it might be some personality traits.
Sure.
I'm not really sure, but when it's all said and done, now definitely when I think back, it's obvious. But when I was in it, I think I was just around the right people. Whether it was my teammates who did things right or my teammates who did things terribly, and I just happened to see it and see it for what it was, those mistakes they made, and then those wins that some of them had. And just when you piece it together, it's like, all right, it's a bigger picture to it.
At Wallace Real Estate, trust is more than just a word. It's been our foundation since 1936. Whether you seek backyard adventures or a quiet spot for your morning coffee, we understand what makes a house a home. Our agents are here to simplify your home journey and to lead you through the process, whether buying or selling. With Wallace Real Estate, you're getting more than guidance. You're gaining a local partner dedicated to bringing your dreams to life. Start your real estate journey at wallacetn.com.
Do you think that's maybe something your mom indirectly taught you, to have this desire to be more and to want more?
I don't know if she indirectly taught it. I know this relentless pursuit of continual improvement, got that from her. The desire to be more, have more, contribute more, I think that was from the lack that I saw.
Okay.
It was like seeing rats, roaches, going without, living on less. You can do that, but then I got exposed to there's a better way. I'm like, why would I do that? So at that point, it was kind of like it's an option. I'm just going to choose this other option. Like that option, that wasn't my control. I was younger.
Yeah.
And we survived, and I made it.
Yeah.
I got exposed to this. You know what? I think I like this route better. So it was a personality choice. I mean, a reality check, a reality choice. But in general, I think it's really the exposure of both sides allows you to pick which side. If you never know what it's like to struggle or hardship or go through something, you don't appreciate it, or you don't think it's you don't think nothing of it.
Yeah, and obviously for a long time, you saw football as an ends to hopefully have a professional playing career, or at least get to a major college to play the sport. Do you think that lifestyle that you had gave you extra determination and hunger in the sport to kind of help you get to this lifestyle you're just talking about?
Absolutely. If it was easy, you don't appreciate it. When you got to grind and struggle and things don't go your way, like coming out and moving from Southwest Atlanta down to Griffin to Arkansas, where you finish high school, and all of a sudden the recruiting process starts, have a heck of a junior year, to getting injured your senior year, and all the big names stop talking to you, and then you having to bet on yourself because you already made up your mind that you're going to go play in the SEC, not knowing how it's going to work out, but just betting on yourself. It's the craziest thing you ever did, but it worked out. If it would have been easy and things would have been smooth, would I have blown the opportunity because of the ego? You're young, you're arrogant. I got this. I think I probably would have blew it because I had guys that came in. We was the #1 recruiting class in 2005. Life might have never been easier, but the journey of getting to this place was easy, and you don't maximize it. You don't take advantage of it. You're a little bit more lackadaisical. You don't necessarily care as much because you earned it, but you expect things a certain way. But when all of a sudden the things was going the way you thought it was going to go, and then they don't, and then you got to go prove yourself again, to the coaches, to your teammate, you got a little more of a chip on your shoulder. You don't take things for granted, and you make sure you maximize opportunities. So I'm grateful for the journey because it helped develop me. I don't regret how things went because I put it all on the table and gave it everything I had.
You mentioned that you had that injury in high school. I believe it was an ACL surgery you ended up having. In that moment where you're not expecting that to be the result of the surgery for it to be ACL, you do have these collegiate offers. You think your life is going one way, and in a sense, you kind of have this railroaded moment. You talk a lot about faith. Did that play into, your recovery process, your rehabbing process, so that you still were able to make the most of it, get to Tennessee?
That was a moment because I went in for a scope on my meniscus. Woke up, ACL repair. I didn't believe it at first. I'm like, what you mean? I had a teammate. He tore his. He was in pain. He was hurt. He was down for the count. He knew it was tore. I had been 3 months and went to unofficial visits, camps, but it's tore. I'm like, nah, I don't believe that. But all in all, it's restructured now. So now I got a rehab. So in my head, it was really, the first question was why me? So I got checked by God on that one a couple times. And one particular time I'm doing rehab, I decided to do rehab 3 times a day. I figured I'd make it back before the season was over. We'll make the playoffs, I'll make it back.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's not how it really works. It was delusion.
Yes.
In that process of doing rehab 3 times a day, I busted the staples out of my knee.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I was doing my pain tolerance. I didn't know it was, they told me it was supposed to hurt. It didn't necessarily hurt, so I just kept doing rehab.
Yeah.
So busted the staples out of my knee, so that set me back a little bit longer. But in that particular process, one particular time I'm laying on the bed I had done 2 rehab sessions outside of the house. The third one was at the house. And I'm laying on my bunk bed. And I'm working on bending my knee. And I just remember saying, why me, why me, why me? I'm mad, frustrated, because everything was going right. And as I'm sitting there, mad, I heard this silent voice say, I gave you this stage, and you're using it for your own purpose, selfish reasons, ambitions, and goals, so I had to take it away from you to get your attention. Not knowing the magnitude of the statement or why, it gave me clarity that it was going to work out. I just can't be selfish with the stage or the opportunity.